this point, we're talking about $30,000. And I think, yeah, I'm kind of thinking we could somehow do that without eliminating any more people.
And if we don't have a list of non-tenured that we are going to recommend by May 1, then we're going to have a very difficult time eliminating those positions after May 1.
I don't believe so. I believe that in 151, I think you used it as D, Tom Mooney talks about it as 4, says you could eliminate a position for economic reasons at any time. Because
I'm talking non-tenured, Bill.
I'm just saying in general, that anybody can, because if you don't have the money, I think the way the statute is written, I could be wrong, but, because I'm not an attorney, but you have 6 reasons, one of which is economic, and we won't know that number on May 1st. That's why a lot of districts go out routinely in March and notify every non-tenured teacher that their position is terminated. And then you worry about hiring them back later on.
Maybe we should do that.
Well, we can't, but that doesn't preclude your finding out if, let's, for the sake of argument, we notify all these folks here, and the town says, we think 100,000 is more than you deserve. We believe you should be cut to 94 that the state says, so we're not going to approve a budget that doesn't cut it by $194,000 more. Guess what? You're going to make a few more cuts, and you haven't notified those people. That may get into your tenured teachers, but you can do it. I mean, you know, we're all going on a speculation about something we will not know. And, you know, that is a reality, and the community will make that decision after the town meeting, which is, they're going to make that decision. And again, if they do an exit survey, which I think is being planned, and the community says, hey, it's way more than we want to spend, and I don't think the Board of Finance is going to go, nah, we're going to keep it the way it is. We want to get the budget passed. Those are the realities. And I come back to it. I appreciate your sincerity. Give me something then. You don't want to lose A? Give me B. Everybody says the same thing. We don't want to give up, we don't want to give up, we don't want to give up. That's great, I agree with you, 197%. But it doesn't work that way. So you want to keep A? Then give me something for A. Give me something. And nobody has you. Nobody has said, you know, we'll keep that business teacher. But here's what here's what we're willing to sacrifice to do it. We want to keep those hall monitors. Here's what we're willing to sacrifice to do it. Because we still, no matter when the day is finished, we still have to find $600,000, whether we like it or not. So somebody, I'm all for you, but you still got to help me find what's coming out.
One of the reasons that the state statute is there for non-tenured is to give those folks an opportunity to seek employment someplace else. So it's like the shot over the bow. There is that possibility that you may in fact lose your job. So if they start looking now and you start getting resignations from good people, it's because they've been informed that they might not be reinstated. If we don't do that and we wait, is it really fair to people in June?
Oh no, I absolutely
not fair to
agree.
them at all.
Absolutely agree. It's still come down to the same thing. So I think what the meeting's purpose is, we have to have the superintendent bring to us tomorrow a list of all the people we're notifying that we're terminating. And we need to use the word. We're terminating them. We're telling them their contract will not be renewed starting July 1. I mean, that's what you're telling them. It's not renewed. Well, it's the same idea. You're not coming back. If things change, we'll give you the opportunity based on the contract. But the point is, That's what it comes down to, and I'm deliberately using the word termination as opposed to non-renewal, because I am trying to make it hard. It's a lot harder when you say you're terminated. Non-renewal is kind of nice, you know?
It's very common practice
But it's-
in districts
Absolutely.
to send out a letter to all non-tenured. That would be anyone below the rank of superintendent, anyone.
Correct.
And they do that every year. And people get accustomed to it,
Right.
and then they wait to see where the chips fall.
Right.
So maybe that's what we should do. Maybe that's what we should charge Mary Beth with doing tomorrow. Send them all letters. I'm sorry? You do for that?
Yep, wow, it should be what I should be.
Okay.
You know, I'm always against getting rid of hall monitors, that's pretty much,
It may seem like a trite thing to people.
no, I've been preaching, you know, security, you can never have enough security, and human eye is still the best, better than any computer will ever be. But, if the elementary school one that wasn't there, we're gonna take it off, then I would rather see all the hall monitors go. Keep the math interventionist, and we're putting all our marbles in our security grant. That's our, you know, cure, that we'll have all this security. So if we're going with all technology, then let's keep a teacher instead of extra hall monitors. Or we agree that security is number one, and there's a
Well,
hall
I've got that
monitor.
stupid thing at the door now.
So, to me, you can't say, well, these kids aren't as important as these kids or these kids. It has to be every kid is important.
I don't think it's that black and white.
Every
First off,
kid isn't that
where I'm
important.
going with this number, the math, the two hall monitors won't give you the math.
A number.
But two
Secondly,
hall monitors are
just
part of the
because we
overtime for
have two of them
custodial.
here, just because you can't afford the third one doesn't mean you should throw the other two out. I mean, if you've got the two and you can have them, the math doesn't add up. I don't think it's that kind of a,
When you're talking
Money for one kind of
$27,000, and you have $50,000 custodial overtime, then maybe we can cut $20,000, and that would bring the
but
number.
that, you add in different things. I mean, and a custodial overtime is something we think we may come down the line. It's like cutting the legal fees. We can cut the legal fees in the budget, but come this time next year, if we just spent that much money,
But we
haven't really
just spent, we
seen
spent
that.
$500,000 in security grant.
They want me to
It's
cost
only
legal
good enough
fees.
for, who's it good enough for?
your numbers right now don't equal up to the math interventions.
Yes,
I
yes, they do.
appreciate the,
They-
Let
they-
it finish, let it finish, Mark.
but you're cutting, the numbers we have are the two monsters. And that is $40,450 of reductions that you get there. The math intervention is more than that. You're counting on the extra 50 you're gonna save from the overtime of custodians, which we might get, but we might not. And so you really, it's kind of an, shell game there where we're gonna not put it in the budget, but it's still something that we may incur a cost of, and we're gonna be in more trouble. So I don't think it's something where we can say, all right, if we're not gonna have one monitor, we shouldn't have any. I think we should say, we're lucky we got the two we have, and we'll try and get that third one again next time.
If we're gonna find, security isn't, well, we'll just take care of you, but not you type of thing. Security is either, that's a priority, or it's not a priority. That's how security works. It's,
I don't think it's that black and white.
oh, well,
In this, I think you get,
we
it's,
disagree on that. That's all.
that's fine.
Anyone else?
As long as we're going, I'll give you where I stand, and this is what I was gonna go with for Wednesday morning. We've had the subcommittee meetings, we've had the administration give their input and put down where the priorities go here. None of it good. But we've kinda gotten to that 569 number, 569,000, which is everything we discussed is the things that are already in the, proposed cuts coming from the administration, and our subcommittee meeting. We're looking for, if you trying to hit the magic 600 number, another 40-something thousand there, 30-something. I'll go back to, we have a placeholder in the budget for textbooks at 65,000. The most we spent on textbooks in the last 6 years is 30,000. We need them, but in 6 years, we haven't spent more than 30,000 on textbooks.
Right,
And-
just put a stake in my heart.
The stat, and what we've been told here is we're not gonna be able to get textbooks until we make sure they work with, aligned with the Common Core. So you've got a magic number out there that we're holding in place
Get rid of comic.
that is enough to get us to the 600,000. And as a little bonus, it actually puts you over, and we could, the $2,000 that the middle school volleyball coach is gonna cost us, we can keep that. And then you don't have any more of these cuts of positions that, although we've discussed them, the administration is all looking at what they need to run schools.
Again.
And none of these paras, none of these other people are someone that they said, I can live without if I have to. I think they're not important, but the tough decisions, this is what they prioritize, people who are running our schools. And to me, then it leaves you with, that gets you over the 600,000, and then we still have, what I would still think the one big debate is the assistant principal position, which, if we keep the assistant principal, that's fine, or if we feel that we don't need, or we can live without that position, that gets you one of the teacher position, the 4 positions that we lost, plus some change, depending on which position you're talking about. It would get you the math interventionist, it would get you the, apparently I'm done. But that would be the one debatable topic for me is that. And we, so far, we've already heard the pros and cons. I mean, there's, again, I suppose the bills A and B. Assistant principal and one of the teachers' positions. I don't know where you make the most bang for your buck.